Welcome to Haunted Peasticks Stories. On a foggy autumn evening in a small forgotten town nestled between the hills, there stood an old decrepit mansion known as the Blackwood Manor. The townsfolk spoke of it in hushed tones, warning children to stay away. They said the house was alive with the whispers of its past, whispers that could chill the bravest of hearts. This story begins with a young woman named Clara. She was a curious soul, always drawn to the mysteries of the world. One rainy afternoon, while wandering the town's dusty library, she stumbled upon an ancient book filled with tales of the supernatural. One story caught her eye: the tale of Eliza Blackwood, the last resident of the manor who vanished without a trace one stormy night. Eliza was known for her beauty and kindness, but she was also haunted by a tragic fate. It was said that she had fallen in love with a man of humble means, a love that was forbidden by her wealthy family. Desperate to be together, they planned to elope. But on the eve of their escape, a terrible storm swept through the town, and Eliza never made it to their meeting place. Curiosity consumed Clara. She decided she must explore Blackwood Manor. As night fell, she donned her raincoat and set out, her heart pounding with anticipation and dread. The wind howled and trees swayed as if warning her back, but Clara pressed on, determined to uncover the truth. Upon arriving at the manor, she was struck by its eerie beauty. The moonlight illuminated the crumbling facade, casting long shadows that seemed to beckon her inside. As she pushed open the creaking door, a rush of cold air enveloped her, and she stepped into the darkness. Inside, the air was thick with dust and despair, cobwebs hanging like curtains, and the floorboards groaned under her weight. Clara felt an inexplicable pull toward the grand staircase, its steps winding upward into the shadows. Ignoring the instinct to flee, she ascended each step through the silence. At the top of the stairs, Clara found herself in a long hallway lined with portraits of the Blackwood family. Their eyes seemed to follow her, filled with sorrow and longing. As she walked past the portraits, she heard a faint whisper, "Help me." It was soft but distinct. Clara's heart raced. The voice seemed to drift from a room at the end of the hall. Compelled by a force she couldn't explain, she approached the door, its surface marred by age. With a deep breath, she pushed it open. The room was dimly lit, filled with antique furniture covered in white sheets. In the center stood a grand mirror, its glass clouded with dust. As Clara moved closer, she noticed the faint outline of a woman in the mirror, Eliza Blackwood, her face twisted in anguish. "Help me," Eliza's voice echoed again, more urgent this time. Clara felt tears prick her eyes. She reached out, touching the cool surface of the mirror. Suddenly, the room darkened, and the air became heavy. Clara could feel a presence behind her, cold and unsettling. Spinning around, she saw a shadow moving in the corner of the room, a dark figure with hollow eyes. The figure whispered, "Leave, now, or stay forever." Clara's instincts screamed at her to run, but she felt a strange connection to Eliza. "Why are you trapped?" Clara cried out. Eliza's sorrowful eyes met hers, and in that moment, Clara understood. Eliza had been waiting for someone to hear her story, someone to break the cycle of despair. Her love had been lost and her soul was bound to the manor, unable to find peace. Determined to help, Clara searched the room for clues. She found a faded letter hidden beneath a dusty pillow. It was a love letter from Eliza's forbidden lover, filled with promises of escape and dreams of a life together. Heart-pounding, Clara read it aloud, and as she did, the room began to shimmer. The shadowy figure loomed closer, its intentions dark. "You cannot save her," it hissed. But Clara stood firm, reading the letter until her voice grew hoarse. As she finished, a brilliant light enveloped the room, and Eliza's spirit began to rise, her sorrow fading. "Thank you," Eliza whispered, her form becoming more radiant. The dark figure shrieked, the shadows swirling violently as they fought against the light. With one final look at Clara, Eliza vanished into the ether, her spirit finally free. The room fell silent, the oppressive air lifting. Clara felt a wave of relief washing over her. She had broken the curse that bound Eliza to the manor. As she made her way back down the stairs, the house felt lighter, almost grateful. When Clara stepped outside, the fog had lifted, and the moon shone brightly above. Though the townsfolk would continue to tell tales of Blackwood Manor, Clara knew the truth. She had heard whispers, faced the shadows, and helped a lost soul find her way home. And as she walked away, she couldn't help but smile, knowing that love, even lost, could transcend time and darkness. And so ends the tale of Blackwood Manor, a reminder that some stories are meant to be heard, and some spirits are meant to be set free. Thank you for listening to a story in Haunted Peasticks Stories. I hope you enjoyed this one and hope you follow along for the next story.